What's going on YouTube? It's Nate with NSF Games, and we're going to be playing Apex Point today. I've played this game before and I've uploaded one video already, but if you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out right here. In the off chance you weren't looking when the thumbnail rolled across the screen, I built the most beautiful Honda Civic you've ever laid your eyes on in that video. This video is going to be no different, except we're building something much cooler. That's right, Toyota AE86. Now usually when someone buys an AE86, their first instinct is to build a drift car. But let me tell you something. That's fine and all, but where I'm from, that's sissy talk. We like to do something way more manly. We're going to be building a drag car that only goes in a straight line. There's only one issue with that. This thing only makes 90 horsepower. Well, we've got some work to do. 90 horsepower from the factory. That's cool and all, but we want to do burnouts. And 90 horsepower isn't going to be enough to do burnouts. So we need to fix that in the only way I know how. A turbo! Nah, I'm just kidding. That's right. Paint matching. Now doesn't that look so much better? We painted the wheels and the mirror. So if we add that up, each wheel is worth 5 horsepower. The mirrors are worth 10 each. So that's 20, 30, 40 horsepower. So this thing is already making 130 horsepower.
And more power.
That is great progress. But something's still off. Ah, that's better. Now that we've added this performance paint job, let's head to the drag strip and see what kind of quarter-mile time we can get. Alright guys, here we are at the drag strip. Let's see what kind of time we can get. Come on, come on. I'm not expecting much out of this car, but surely it can't be worse than... I spoke too soon. A 1655. That's just... it's disappointing. But don't worry, I've got just the trick to fix that.
More power.
Now, this AE86 looks great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's still missing something. Something to make it look better. Guys, I'm kidding. Obviously, the only fix is more power.
Everybody. More power.
Now, we could 2JZ swap this car and make lovely noises. But is that really the best decision? I mean, we haven't even given this little 1.6 a chance. Are you guys silly? Clearly, that's the only decision. Let's head over to the dyno and see what kind of numbers we can get out of this beast. And get it started. You ready? $296. That is a 206 horsepower gain. Now I was not paying attention to the torque earlier. Not that I know how this translates to bald eagles anyway, but let's head back to the drag strip and see what kind of difference the 2J swap made. Alright, we've made a 200 horsepower gain. Let's see how that translates on the drag strip. Wait a minute. This isn't even making 1 PSI of boost. A 1441 at 171 kilometers. But if you were looking over here, we were only making 0.75, which actually, my mistake, this is bar. But still, why is it not maxed out? Okay, so it turns out if you click this little screwdriver, and then you click on the turbo, you can actually change how much boost the turbo makes. So obviously we're going to max that out. Now let's go to the dyno and see. So let's get it started, and we'll start going through the gears till we get in a high gear. You guys ready? Only 219. Something's not right. Let's do this one more time. .341 horsepower. Now that may seem like a lot coming from 90, but clearly this thing has a lot more left in it. I just think 1.4 bar isn't enough, but unfortunately that's maxed out. So wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Now, a responsible person... Oh, who are we kidding? 300 bar. Now. Now when your gauge starts doing circles like that, you know you're doing something right. $2,000 horsepower? I knew the paint job would work. Let's head to the drag strip. Alright guys, we're pulling up to the drag strip now, and as you can see, even at idle, our boost gauge is going crazy. Let's see what kind of time we can get with 2,000 horsepower.
Now, what do you do next?
Floor it?
Yes. No! No! Don't floor it!
Floor it?
No! No, no! Don't floor it!
Okay, floor it.
Oh no. Well, that's just not gonna work. What was I thinking? 2,000 horsepower on these wheels? That's a recipe for disaster. We need to fix that immediately. Let's head back to the garage and put some better tires on this thing. Now that should do just the trick. Doesn't that look so much better? Now there's only one thing left to do. We need to head back to the drag strip and see how much of an improvement these tires made. Alright guys, here we are at the drag strip. Let's see how much faster we got. Oh no, come on, hold it. Well, that was a disaster. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. How did you manage to make such a beautiful car from the factory look so much better? Well, I'm flattered, but just you wait. There's more. No, seriously, you're probably thinking to yourself, if he could just get that car to not spin the tires at the drag strip, it would be so much faster. And you're right. As much as I hate to admit it, the fitment with these wheels and tires, well, it leaves a lot to be desired. So I think we're going to head over to the shop and we're going to kill two birds with one stone. And we're going to pick out the biggest wing that we can find. Now, granted, it's not a huge wing, but it is a massive improvement over the one that we had. You might be asking, how will that help? Well, I'll tell you. With this much downforce on this puppy, we could hook on ice in a rainstorm. So let's head to the drag strip and see how much of an improvement this wing made. Alright guys, here we are at the drag strip. Now let's see how much of an improvement this wing actually made. Come on, you got it. 1061. That is an improvement. Now we've built a car that makes 2,000 horsepower. Check. We built a car that can withstand 300 bar of boost. Check. We built a car that not only looks amazing, but functions even better on a drag strip. Check. But we still haven't checked off the most important box of all. Burnouts. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it as much as I did recording it, or even half as much, or even maybe just a tiny little bit, smash that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you never miss another one like it. That's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.